Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I hope everybody's doing well. Wait, I believe everybody's doing well. I have faith everybody's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I am excited yet again. I have an amazing, extraordinary guest, Bliss Prema. Yes, I wanted to make sure I said that right. Before she tells us anything, I'm going to tell us a little bit about her. So listen up, you don't want to miss this. So Bliss Prema is a visionary innovator and steward of our rapidly awakening consciousness, working globally with transformation and expansion. She is the creator of the revolutionary conscious evolver system. Her service includes the amplification and evolution of the old human into a new cosmic species. As a spiritual, attuned futurist, she consciously assists with raising the frequency of the collective with positive purpose, loving intention, and accelerated awareness. Bliss acknowledges and honors the indomitable spark within everyone and teaches others to acknowledge and amplify their inherent creator abilities. Wow. Bliss is an energy activator and has the ability to channel source energy. She is a keynote speaker at conferences and summits across Canada and the US, an initiator of personal power and a creator of multiple consciousness raising programs. As a result of her teachings, her work has been featured in many podcasts, interviews, newspapers, magazines, television, and radio programs. Wow, that's amazing. How are you doing today, Bliss Prema?
Feeling so good and so honored to be here. It's always so nice to sit in presence with someone that has such beautiful energy and also intention that is in alignment. So thank you, Luke.
Thank you. And I want to express my sincerest appreciation to you for spending some of your time with me. I am a firm believer that time is one of our just best assets. It's so we only get a certain amount of time, and you're choosing to spend part of your time here on this show. So I appreciate it. So let's just get right into it. Let's talk about, prior to this segment, you inform me about something exciting you have going on. So can you tell me about that again, with the name and just how it came about and what it entails, everything. I want to hear everything about it.
Absolutely. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have coming up my 7th initiate circle. And what this is it's a 3-month consciousness acceleration program. And so what it does is it helps everyone who is willing and able to work with their childhood traumas and reprogram through conscious evolver coaching sessions. We have tenets that we abide by that help us modify our behavior in a really good way, working with honesty, accountability, consent, some really, really powerful tools in how to be a wonderful human. I do weekly transmissions and just basically help guide people. So it's a 3-month journey. And so basically it's an initiation from being the human. So if you actually look at the word human, it actually derives, hu means God and man. And so there was like a linking of energies and DNA that happened, way back when, where the hu, the God, the original creator, formed its DNA into the man. And so for quite some time, we were gods walking the planet. And then there was a point around Atlantis Lemurian time where the DNA, the creator abilities were kind of going off in some, let's say, negative directions. And
Right.
So there was a decision that was made to reduce the DNA strands. And so what this program does is it basically helps through the coaching, through the rewiring, through the transmissions, through energy activations. It helps everyone basically go in right down to that genetic level and activate what I'd call creator abilities. And it's really just that remembering of who we are originally and what we came here to do. And so not only is it a 3-month journey to basically reawaken and remember our core essence, but it also culminates towards what I have created and called source circles. And so that's where we come into circle. And because of the work that I've done and the activations that I've gone through, I'm actually able to transmute and conduit source energy. And so we have this really powerful, like we do them 2 in one program, where everyone basically gets to experience source energy flowing through them. And so in order to accomplish this, there's some spiritual practices that are included in the 3-month journey. So there's sobriety. We basically look at and identify all addictions and really get to the root core of where they originated, and then work on healing that. We work with fasting, silence, cold water immersions. There's a lot of sharpening that happens with mental fortitude, as well as the spiritual practices. So this is our 7th one. And I think we're at about 70 people that have taken it so far.
That is amazing, Bliss. And by the way, I didn't let everybody know that name is her name, and it's beautiful. Bliss. You're the first Bliss that I've ever met. So
Yay.
yeah, I feel very
honor.
blessed to be in the presence of Bliss. But back to what you were saying about the program, I just picked out a lot of key things that you said that resonate with me from the literature whether it's from the literature that I read or coaches and programs that I listen to on the internet. Just first of all, you talked about this whole DNA thing with God and humans, and that aligns with what I feel right now, what I've become aware of, because I always say part of my gratitude every morning is thank you for the God in me. And, that's just beautiful. How did you come about, discovering all of this and being interested in learning so much about, what you just talked about?
Thank you. Yeah. I think for me, it's just been a lifelong passion to be conscious of my consciousness, to be aware of my consciousness. And so it is a path that I've been dedicated to for this lifetime. Obviously, it's my mission. It's why I'm here in this lifetime. When I was, I think it was around 2012, right around the Mayan calendar, where I started getting signs and symbols that I needed to redirect my life. And it became this beautiful journey that took me through Hawaii and then onto an island here on the west coast of Canada. Out of nowhere, I basically got a lightning bolt transmission that left me in shock on the bathroom floor. And what proceeded from that was days of receiving visions and getting woken up every morning at around 2 or 3 a.m. and just basically transmitting. And what that was the 8-step system that I called the conscious evolver.
So you actually, not to, pardon me, not to interrupt, but you actually got physically shocked.
Yeah. The only thing I can use to describe it, I haven't actually personally been hit by lightning, but it takes a mass amount of resiliency and trust and fearlessness in order to have these transmissions come. And I believe they're from another space and time. Right. And based on their accuracy and efficiency, whoever is designing and creating them in that other place and time spends a lot of time and effort, because what's given to me is always like bang on. It works. And so, for example, the conscious evolver, I've integrated that into my own life now for a decade. And so I can personally attest to its efficacy, right? So that was 2012. I was a stay-at-home mom and just working with the system. I quickly realized that it actually works as a coaching system. So I started working with others as well. And then in 2016, 2017, I felt a very strong urge to start going through my own initiatory process. And so I really don't ever do anything in half measures. So that included unlocking each of my chakras so that I could become a portal for whatever was coming through. It also included many, many fasts, week-long fasts, sweats, a lot of mini deaths in offering to whatever needed, whatever I needed to become in order to do what I needed to do. And in 2016, I started to get almost on a weekly basis those lightning bolt activations that literally would last for hours, where all I could do was breathe. But what was happening with those activations was a very tangible offering of my human and being replaced with a consciousness from another place and time. So a very, very high level consciousness that taught me a lot. And
Amazing.
So from there, after months and months and months, I was once again given the blueprints for what is now the initiate circle.
Wow, that's totally amazing. And I won't even pretend to act like that I know about everything that you just said. But what is amazing and what I am so thankful for is to be in a space where I'm open and listening to you. I know that it's planting some seeds in my subconscious mind, and later on it will make more sense to me. But it just sounds amazing what you're going through and your intuitiveness and just everything that's coming on to you. Because similar in simple terms, I can say that when I'm creating what I've entitled self-empowerment music, when I write it, I don't even know where it's coming from, really. I mean, I say the universe, but I'll get into this like a trance, like a meditation type state, meditative state, and I'll just start writing the song, and then and the next thing you know, it's complete. And then I'm like, okay, well, where did that come from? So yeah. I can totally resonate, at least partially with what you're feeling, what you're going through, and just wow, you definitely tapped in. To put it quite simply, you definitely tapped into something beyond our everyday understanding.
Absolutely. And you know what, Lou, you're relating and resonating exactly. It's when we can get into that really like surrendered state.
Right.
Really,
right.
Where when we're in that surrendered state, and this is actually step 4 in that conscious evolver system, where we are open and receptive, and so there's that grace. So the grace of surrender, and when we can actually be in that beautiful flow state, that's when divine inspiration has the ability to flow through us. And when you say universe, as an advocate of the indomitable spirit and creator abilities within each and every human, that universe is always none other than the God and goddess, the creator within us.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. I don't look at it as, when I say that, I don't look at it as anything separate, because I know that we're all co-creators. So it's like it's amazing. And what I wanted to ask you was, you say that this next segment that you're working on right now, that it's new, or is something that's been already going on?
Yeah, so I was given the transmission. I woke up after having a very, very profound night experience where I was taken to the the pyramids and given like a sound and color bath. And then I had to pass a test to make sure that my soul was pure enough to be transmitted the wisdom. It was
Right.
very, very powerful. And then from there, the 3-month program was transmitted to me, the tenets, the basically what the intention is. And so
Wow.
I wrote it all out. And it was really beautiful because I started at 2:22 in the afternoon and I finished at 3:33. And
It's my number.
right, 3:33.
333. That's my number.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'm 1111.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
333 all the time, and I know that the angels are waiting or here to serve me, and
Absolutely.
yes, so
Lovely.
I've read a lot about the 333 and 1111 as well. So
Yeah,
amazing.
and all of that is stuff that I incorporate into the 3-month program too. It just basically covers a lot of quantum physics, a lot of numerology, astrology, reprogramming the DNA, childhood traumas. Yeah, it's that opportunity to really just transmute and transform from living a life that perhaps isn't as fulfilling or happy as what is possible, because what is possible is pure love frequency, and that is what we're all capable of. And so at the end of the day, that's really what the program does. And but that's it's just returning people to their creator, ecstatic, happy life that we actually came here. There's a lot of we do a lot of explaining about the different dimensions and
Right.
why they've been created and who created them. And so there's a lot of thought experiments that can happen in the program, as well as a new way of looking at your reality.
Wow, that is amazing, Bliss. Just listening to you, it definitely piques my curiosity, because I'm always full of questions, and that's how I started my what I like to call my transformation back in 2016. So
Same. Okay.
yes,
Beautiful.
2016
It was a good
exactly.
year. It's a good
Yes,
year.
and if you look on my YouTube channel, that's exactly the year that I started it. So it goes back to 2016. That was it. When I started sharing content, and as I waking up and becoming more aware and out of this box that I used to be in, and limited beliefs, and just certain religious beliefs that I was brought up in. I started to ask questions, and that's where I am now, going through my path. And this show that I've been inspired to create is because I want to continue to evolve and listen to people. I don't even know half of what I know that I'm going to know. So that's why I want to highlight extraordinary people like yourself, and just learn, just listening to you, even if I don't know exactly what's going on. It's still, like I said, it's still being planted here. And yes, so the program that you just spoke of, it's already available now?
Yeah, I'm going to be launching September 21st. So registration's now open.
21st.
And
That's my daughter's birthday.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That's
Mine is on the 16th. Yes.
equinox, fall equinox. Yeah.
So it will be launching on the 21st.
Yeah, of September.
September 21st. Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. So how do you, let me look. I want to look down here at your. So when you talk about the evolution of the old human to the new cosmic species, what exactly does that mean?
Well, I think it goes back to that conversation of where our DNA was
Oh, okay.
purposefully, yeah, where it was purposefully turned, layers of it were turned off. And so, I mean, we tap into it when we manifest. So
Right.
everyone's like, oh, I manifested. And really what manifestation is it's that deep belief that you can create something that you wish or desire that will help bring positivity and love and light into your world. And so the most incredible part about this is that because we were the ones that made the decision to turn those DNA strands off, we also have the power within us to turn those DNA strands back on. Yeah. And so with that comes the creator awakening, which is one of my favorite things to assist people with, is that really like deep seated remembering of who we are and why we came here.
Wow. So other than the God in you, who inspires you? How did you, and I know you can't pinpoint it to one place, but how did you become aware of all that you know now? I mean, that you are speaking about now, as far as like humans and, God and everything, the pyramids, everything. How did you,
Yeah.
it just came to you?
Like you said, it would be hard to pinpoint everything.
Right.
I've always been spiritually attuned. So
Right.
I think it's been very much a part of my reality. I think one of the most important things that I did back in 2016 was I really eliminated a lot of external information that could come into my immediate reality that wasn't in resonance with who I am and how I choose to walk this earth. So one of the things I did was really like go through my Facebook and just remove anybody that didn't match with the frequency that I choose to emit and cultivate. And so when I go on Facebook, it's very much more like tapping into a classroom or a school experience. So there are people that I, like yourself, I don't know if I don't know what wave it was, but there was definitely a wave of consciousness that swept our reality in 2016. And I'm not sure who designed it. I wish somebody would tell me, but
when you find out, let me know.
I know, right? They've chosen to keep that anonymous for now, but so there are definitely a lot of people on Facebook that we all came into that same awakening at the same time. And so so that's like one of the things that I choose to do. I really don't watch the news, read newspapers. I don't have cable, haven't my whole life. And I think that that's really, really important, especially in this moment in time. Sorry, to really, really like create very strong boundaries about what you let into what I call your immediate reality, right? So one of the things that I hold true and cherish deeply is that without all of those negative influencers, when I actually look around my immediate reality, all I see is beauty. I see, I have a beautiful partner, a beautiful home, beautiful children, friends that I've really cultivated pure love frequency with. And so if it wasn't for when those negative influencers aren't in my reality, I'm awed by nature. I'm pleasuring in my, skin suit, in my human form. And truly every single day is a gift, a blessing, a pleasure, and a joy.
Exactly.
And so, to really like hone in on that self-empowerment and to cultivate that as a choice day in and day out, as opposed to dropping into the fear that is so easy to access.
Wow. Yes, you mentioned a few things that I totally resonate and understand. News, no news for me, and it's been maybe not my whole life, but for quite some time. And I just feel a lot better, a lot different. Everything just flows better without listening to other people's programming and negative programming.
Yeah.
I don't watch the latest movies and things like that either, because all that stuff, and I'm not putting anyone down, but all that stuff puts things in your head, and in turn creates your reality, because what's in your subconscious mind and your mind, it comes back out in ways. So I'm very particular on what the conversations I engage and what I put myself around. So yes, I don't think I have as locked down as tight as you do, but I'm getting there.
Well, and it's a practice. It's
Right.
akin to being a spiritual practice.
Right.
First of all,
Every day, that's what my life is. It revolves around, like, I have my gratitude that I do every single morning. I write it down, my gratitude, my list of gratitude, and before I go to bed, and all throughout the day, I'm listening to information that I purposely have want to listen to. So all day long, and the conversations that I even have with myself are, I'm very aware of my inner talk, my self-talk, and what I say to other people, so it's
so important.
Yes, it's important. So important. Yes, my television is, I just got finished watching my television, but I'm reading my current book by philosopher Orton Swett Martin.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. And he's
right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So prosperity, how to attract success fundamentals, how to get what you want, the miracles of right thought, how to succeed. Yeah. Things like that. I just like to read affirmative material and resonate with people that again remind us of who we are in their own ways, from their perspectives. That's it just brings me a lot of fulfillment and joy to listen and talk about that. So that's amazing.
And so this is the beauty is that as you're speaking, and if you actually go back to this moment in time and watch this, what I just absolutely lights up my life is, as you are speaking about your genius and your passion, your soul just started to radiate through your eyes, and your eyes are just shining. And so for me, that's what it's all about. We come down here, I call this a source playground. We are just, we have the opportunity to just explore, have fun. We also have the opportunity to go deep into growth and lesson. And yet at the end of the day, for me, I think the most important thing is to really hone in on the pure love frequency. I'm 111% team love, and love is what I'm an advocate of. And so anything that we do, any spiritual practice, any tool, any program, any retreat that brings us back into our remembering of who we are is such an incredible act of self-love. And then that actually ripples out into our communities and our families. And I think more than ever before, I think this is a real opportunity in what's happening on our planet right now, is for people to really start to become aware of our capacity for pure love frequency, and to really start to honor and cultivate just how vast love has the power to expand and grow. Like, love never dies, and yet we can rediscover it and then embolden it and then be that. So thank you, because I can see clearly that you are tapped into pure love frequency and exuding it.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it feels, it just, I don't know, it just feels good. That's what my main focus is now, is love. And from there, that's what I'm building everything on. Even this show here, it's from a love, frequency. And that's why it's not, I don't really want to focus on what it's not, but it's basically, for love of learning, and love of talking to people, and love of shining a spotlight on amazing people, like yourself, and helping to get it out there, get the information that I didn't know out there, and just different perspectives, and just awareness and higher consciousness. Just shine that a light on that, and expand it in my own way. I feel like I'm doing my part, and I have found my passion, my purpose in life is to do this, and to create music, high frequency music. So that's exactly what I do. And you cannot substitute the fulfillment, the inner peace, the harmony, the balance that it gives you with anything else. And at the same time, I now know that within following my gifts, my passions, my purpose, I'm experiencing prosperity within all areas of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to even, hopefully you can understand this, I don't even have to know the next step or how it happens. It just happens. When I want to go somewhere, the means for me to go, it's there. My faith in just is becoming stronger by the day. I used to be a person that had to know what was coming and have a control, or I have to know that. But now it's just no. I'm just like you said, a state of surrender. It's just amazing.
Actually, what you're describing is what we call flow.
Right.
Right. And so one of the most beautiful things that we can do is actually to release the control. I really do believe everything is pre-written, and we are in the human form having the actual experience.
Right.
And so once we can let go of any concept that we can actually control the experience, then what happens is that we're in flow state. And the visualization that I have for that is just like being in like the most beautiful lazy boy, like your favorite material, your favorite color, and you're just gliding through, you're kicked back, and you're just gliding through the universe, through the cosmos. And yet this is the flow state. And so when we're in flow, what happens is then everything that has been written has the ability to come directly to us. And if we are the writers of our own story, then I trust implicitly that everything that happens is for my higher and highest good, right? And so when my human wants to interject and start to control things, and I think like from that ego place that something should be in a certain way, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm now driving off the path of the flow state and going into the ditch, and it's a lot more tumultuous there. And so just coming back into that place of implicit trust and graceful surrender. And then that's when all the proper pieces come as they should. Like you mentioned, prosperity, joy, happiness, alignment.
Like everything that you've articulated today, perfectly orchestrated. I consider myself a teacher and a student. I do. I say that often. And today is definitely one of the days where I'm a student, and I'm so thankful. Just listening to you, I just say one thing, just add my little, what I call 2 cents, and then you just take it away. You're making it so easy just
Thank you.
for this to flow. I'm so thankful that you're sharing.
No, thank you. Well, and one of the
everything
biggest
you said.
lessons I learned too through the whole process, because there were moments where with those lightning bolt activations, I basically felt like Neo. I was bulletproof. The level of consciousness flowing through me, I was able to, if somebody with consent wanted an activation, they could stand 20 feet away from me and I was able to send them a blast of the consciousness. I
Right.
could do like it was actually like almost too much for my human form to contain, and so I was like just asking people to take some, because it was very very intense.
Wow.
um and so there was definitely moments though where I really had to have my ego, like the human part of me that thought that what was happening was actually bliss,
Right.
as opposed to that real deep humility and understanding that there is only the one and that we are all a part of it. We are the sum of all the parts, and that humility, of really like releasing the ego, that it had nothing to do with my personal past or my life or anything to do with me, and that it was actually something so much bigger than the human, right? And so I had some pretty profound experiences. I had teachers show up at my door, um, and they would just for nights and days just come in and just help me release that layer of division, that layer of separation that was keeping me from the true oneness. And so I appreciate you saying that, you recognize that you're teacher and student. And I think that that is of utmost importance, especially as we create platforms and we use our voices and we share, to always remain in humility. At all times, I am student at all times,
Right.
even
Right.
through the initiate circle. While I am initiator, I'll trigger you in all the right ways. I'll teach, I'll coach, I'll support, spiritually midwife. I'm trained for that.
Right.
At the same time, I am also an initiate every single time, and I am going through the program myself. And that's part of the multidimensional creator that we are all capable of.
Wow. Yes. I can't add any more to that. What I do want to know is you are, I think you've sent me your links for people to find you. But while you're here, can you tell us how to find you or your programs, anything of that nature?
Thank you. My website's blissprema.com. And on the menu bar, you'll find all the different offerings.
Okay.
And I offer, depending on where people are at, typically the people that want to work with me are the ones that have recognized that they are healers. They're ready to step into service. The people that have since birth known that there's something special about them and they're really ready to evolve and to step into their higher purpose. And then we can move into the consciousness acceleration at a massive trajectory. So everything's a beautiful flow. I teach online Indian head massage, which is an ancient form of healing. It's not only a massage, but it works on the chakras as well. I'm also a Reiki master, so I teach people how to work with energy. And then we have the 3-month program called the Initiate Circle, as well as starting in January 2022, we'll be doing the Conscious Evolver 8-week immersion. And that's where people are empowered to upgrade all areas of their life.
All areas of their life.
Wow. Yeah.
And what else?
And coming soon, we will have a coaching program so people can actually become conscious evolver coaches. So that will be launching in 2022 as well.
Wow. Wow. And you know, I can already see it. Wow. And so many people that you're impacting. And it's just in enhancing the lives of others, and including myself already right now. So there's something else, you know, and this is kind of off topic, but I want you, if you get a chance, and who knows, I don't even want to say what I may be, whatever, but I want you to check out. I think you'll find her interesting. But if you go on Facebook, no, go on my channel. Have you been to my channel?
Of course.
Yes, and look under, you know, my Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved interviews, and look up the interview with a woman that goes by the name of Q. It might be like 2 or 3 interviews down.
Okay.
You'll see she has this like crown on her head, but listen to her. I think you'll find her interesting. And if you feel led to, if not, don't even worry about it, but let me know if you want me to connect you with her or connect her with you. But I think you should listen to her. And I'm going to tell her the same thing about when this gets uploaded, because some of the things that you both said are in alignment. So amazing.
Thank
amazing.
you.
And I think she could benefit from your program. So I'm definitely going to tell her when I upload this to check out Bliss Prema.
Oh, you're so sweet, Luke. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So before we conclude this segment, are there any last any ideas that you would like to, or anything you would like to say before we go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, what really popped out for me when I was listening to you at the very beginning is when you said the word empowerment. It really felt, I got a real almost like you know, when energy comes through and then it kind of creates a reverberation.
Right.
And so without a doubt, you are an advocate of empowerment. And just to go back in history super quick, we have, you know, at the back of the US dollar bill, at the top of the temple, you have the all-seeing eye, which has been claimed by the Illuminati. And I think that they're taking information and wisdom and knowledge that has stemmed from the beginning of time and basically just keeping it for themselves, for their own advancement, for their own betterment. And so I'm a real advocate of the all-seeing eye, because when researched, what it actually represents is that the power is within everyone. And so when you were reading my intro, I'm very careful with words, and so I very specifically chose the word indomitable. Yes. Because it is the power that is within each of us that is indomitable. And so while this moment in time may seem very crazy, I trust implicitly that it has been designed for our highest good. And what I'm witnessing and observing is how it is activating that personal power within each and every soul in one way or another. And so really this is going to go down in history as one of our most empowering, awakening moments in time. And so thank you, Lute, for being an advocate for empowerment. Because it really is within each and every one of us to be bulletproof, to access that power within us, and to charge forward to create a world where we get to live in peace and experience pure love frequency. And that is what I believe we've all come here to do, en masse. So thank you for your beautiful role and your discipline and your diligence and your tenacity in week by week, discovering the jewels in people and helping us with our voices to share messages.
Yes, as the weeks, days, months, years elapse, I continue to reach another level in my expansion and evolution. And
Beautiful.
it's beautiful. And you're an affirmation, as far as I'm concerned, that tells me, wow, it's just amazing. It's no coincidence that you're here and that I'm here. It's no coincidence. And I'm at a loss of words. Just amazing. Just, I thank you too for, like I said, for sharing your time with me and just enlightening me in all these ways you have, and it's beautiful. Wow.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. And you talked about the eye.
There you go. The eye of Horus,
Yes,
the
Horus.
origin.
Yes,
of
I've read it.
the
Yes,
providence. Well
I
done.
have a lot of information and write-ups on my wall with Horus and things about that. So it wasn't just something I thought was cool,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just, it's something that I do think is cool, but that's not why I got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, and I think it's important that as we grow and as we expand, that we choose to be advocates, to choose a platform for something that we absolutely it's our genius. And it's also something that we can commit to, but it also brings us so much joy and pleasure. And so and enlightening and awakening the power within people is definitely a platform that I've chosen, that I am honored to stand for.
Right. Well, thank you again, Bliss. I appreciate you so much. And
You too.
I can wait. I don't want to say I can't wait. I can wait, but I'm eagerly anticipating uploading this segment to YouTube, which within another week or so, it'll be uploaded. I have a few other segments that are already recorded, but I'm eagerly anticipating this one. This is good. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you everyone for watching. And I know that you're going to enjoy this and that you are enjoying this. Thank you. Enlightened, empowered, evolved. Peace, love, happiness, prosperity, balance, harmony to everyone. Thank you. See you soon.